beautiful people, and welcome to another Galactic Mayan astrology report. Oh my god, in the UK, it's sunny. And I've almost made the vow to myself. Well, no, I definitely have made the vow to myself that next winter I'm not sticking round. I'm not sure if I will ever do a UK winter again because, oh my days, it's wonderful in terms of like going into the depths, but also it's like so yeah. From the sun, I beam to you from my dad's back garden. Okay, darling. So we've had the first 13-day process of our new spin. We have journeyed through the 13 days of the dragon. We've gone through this like birthing, mothering, initiation. And for me, really strong recently, Mary Magdalene has been calling. And that's then resulted with me now choosing to travel to her lands in the south of France. So I'll be there for the whole of May and sometime either side. But during that window for the whole of May, I'm going to be holding a container online where we dive into the Gospel of Mary Magdalene. And there's a lot more that I can share about it, but I've put it all on a really beautiful page of my website. So I'll put the link to that below if you want to journey with Mary Magdalene and you're a woman. You want to go through a month-long initiation in sisterhood to align deeper to that feminine Christ consciousness. Jump in. It's going to be really special. And also now, on the first day of every Wavespell, we are going to be doing an online ceremony. The ceremony will be ecstatic dance. It will be initiating the archetype within us, really gridding ourselves into, okay, for the next 13 days, we are journeying with whatever archetype it is. So we had one for the new spin. We're going to have one for the beginning of this wave spell. So this one will be on the 7th of April when the new wave spell begins, and it will be 7 till 9 p.m. UK time on Zoom. And again, I'll pop a link for that below. So it's £22 a month, and you get access to all of the ceremonies. But I'm also finally creating an online community through, I think, through WhatsApp, so that people can share their magic, share their learning, and that we can kind of keep in rhythm together. Because I know that there are a lot of people now that are attuned to the Galactic Mind calendar through the diary that I've birthed, and yeah, I think there's just a really strong desire in me to kind of keep bringing us together because it is an anchor for us. But often we may be the only person in our near vicinity anchored into that vibration. So we can sometimes get sucked into, the 3D human messiness or unconsciousness. So yeah, link for that is below too. The wave spell that we're moving into on the 7th of April, which is Monday, is a really special one because it's the White Wizard. And we have these 13-year cycles. We have them personally and we have them as a collective, and they're split into these year-long cycles, and they do follow this. It's the solar year, the solar year of 365 and a quarter days. So the birthday of the planet is on the 26th of July. We've got this really wonderful, and I'm going to be doing an event in the north of England in Solby Bridge as part of a big festival to initiate that. So we'll be having a gathering at Seoul. That's the name of the place. Once the details come, I'll share more about it. But we'll be having a gathering on the 25th for the day out of time. We might get a doggy friend soon. And then on the 26th is the new year. So we go through these 13-year cycles as a collective that initiate on the 26th of July in alignment with Sirius. And in 2019, the 13-year process that we as a collective began in the end of July, was with the wizard. So now on the 7th of April, us connecting to this 13-day process of the wizard, we are in a microcosm of the wider energy that we are currently souped in. So the wizard is all about alchemy. It's all about remembering that we are magicians. And this is something that I'm so deeply passionate about. And this is also why I feel so connected to Mary Magdalene, because that was her teaching, her and Yeshua were totally about like we are alchemists and we are the creators, and we are the sons of God, we are the embodiment of sons and daughters, we are the embodiment of spirit. So the wizard really is this initiation for us as a humanity to remember who we are. And, this coming July, we shift into the 7th year of the process. So we're almost, with our relationship to the white wizard energy as a collective, we're almost at the midway point of its teachings. And when we hit that midway point of its teachings, the medicine is deeper, and we're starting to come out into the understandings and the knowings that we embody as a result of it. So the 13-day process of the wizard, like I say, is going to be this like microcosm of the wider picture that we're journeying. And yeah, qualities of the white wizard. So it's a white archetype. The white archetypes are all about refinement. They're about getting clear. And the wizard itself, as I say, is this energy of alchemy and of transformation. But the other aspect of, what creates a wizard, it takes the dedication, and it takes practice, and it takes devotion for us to develop these qualities, to be able to transmute, to be able to create. We are the transmuters and we are the creators, and we have all of those skills within us in a dormant capacity, and unconsciously, we're doing it all the time. Sorry guys. Unconsciously we're doing it all the time. So we're either refining those skills that mean that we are creating on purpose as opposed to from our shadow, or we are transmuting on purpose as opposed to having a massive fucking breakdown. So our invitation as we journey through the 13 years of the wizard, but particularly within this 13-day process, is to become, there's a word that I can't access, it's called like an adept or something like that. It basically means the esoteric studier. And I don't mean it in a heady way. It's not like go and learn the shit so that you can recite the shit. It's like learn the shit so you can do the shit. We have to embody these teachings. And, when we were existing as a collective in a space where we had, very rigid mystery school containers, it was something that whether we would take ourselves there or whether we would be recognized and be invited to go there, we had these structures of, okay, this is essentially how to incarnate the soul into the human vessel. And that's really what this whole journey is about. Watch that wire, Betty. This is Betty. This is my daddy's doggy. Hi, Betty. Come on, Missy. Right, you need to chill out a little bit because watch that wire. She's got so many legs. I know, that's really nice of you. Right, hold on. Oh God. Have you seen Babe? I used to love Babe. And there's like a scene where there we go, she's gone inside. She just wanted to say hi. Yeah, I think like Babe the pig gets his feet caught around some string when they're trying to rescue the goose. So they try to rescue the goose, and it just like pulls all these paint cans off. It was a little bit of a similar moment to that. Anyway, side note, when we lived at a time where we were going through these mystery school initiations where it essentially had been really clearly mapped. I'm just going to undo the wire and then she can't knock anything over. Where it had been really clearly mapped how we as a soul incarnate into the human experience. And this is what Mary Magdalene's teachings are about. How do we integrate our soul and our human selves so that our soul can operate fully? Babes. So at the times where that was kind of at the times where that was a thing, it was a very different flavour to talk about alchemy, to talk about manifestation, you know, because we had everybody in society was aware, first off. It was like a collective, it was a shared collective recognition of like, okay, yeah, this is the vibe, you know, and it's the same still in Indigenous communities. But we don't have that anymore, right? So this is why it takes even more devotion and even more determination than it once did to become the anthropos, as Steiner, I think he borrowed the term, but Steiner always, his whole thing was anthroposophy. Anthroposophy. So the anthropos is basically the wholly human, wholly divine being. And this 13 days is an invitation for us to really drop into whatever needs to be alchemized in order for us to plant our vision, in order for us to create. And, you know, I think particularly on the planet now, because we are these like watery, emotional beings. That's what the human is. That's what the earth is. The earth is a water planet. We are water beings. We are emotional beings. And the alchemy of now, as we've moved into this feminine era, is the alchemy of emotion. And that's really what we are being invited to drop back into. You know, if there is a severance from emotion, which, you know, the war on men has really facilitated that. You know, this whole energy of the severance of their emotional body, the denying from a child of their emotional body, and then what that then creates in the adult male of having that complete blockage. And equally for women, you know, the lack of tools to navigate. It's like, okay, you take all the emotions, you have an extremely enhanced emotional body, but without any tools to navigate that. You know, it's almost like being at the mercy of it. So really what we're doing at this time is like trying to find the balance between those energies and come into that emotionality that is deep feeling and open and allowing that water to move, that energy to move through us, but in a way that utilizes it for alchemy, that then uses it for creation. So when we're in the emotional depths and we're in the victim and we don't recognize that we've got the power to create, obviously then that energy goes in a really strange direction. Whereas when we go into grief and into pain and into emotionality and we know that we are creating, once we basically gather the fuel to create, that creates a very different flavor, doesn't it? It's like, okay, gathering, 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 shooting, creating. So the 13 days of the wizard are an invitation for us to drop into alchemizing feeling, coming back into the emotional body, seeing what's there, what still feels a bit blocked, what still feels a bit strong, dropping into it, opening to it, allowing it to move. And then from there, what are we creating? What are we creating? And we all need help to do this work. We all need structure to do this work, hence the Mary Magdalene container. But this is definitely something that's just as much for me as it is for anybody else. But yeah, like if there's a course, if there's a teacher, if there's something that's calling to you, this white wizard, you know, that is in the mystical realms, this white wizard Wavespell, I would really recommend getting into whatever that is, because you know when we do these things, that is a creation itself. It's a commitment. It's a devotion. It's a like that's the direction that I'm going. We're like shooting an arrow, regardless of what happens in the container itself with the person. You know, it's we've created. You're all right. She's got such like she is totally my mate. She's got you know, bless her. She's got attachment issues. She struggles. She struggles. We've been helping each other out at the minute. She's my best mate. She's great. She goes fucking mental when I come downstairs. It's wonderful. Oh, animals are great, aren't they? So, if there is something that resonates with you, jump into it in a mystical sense over the 13 days of the wizard and know that this time is about the alchemy. If things are feeling or ooh or that's a really good thing. It's a really good thing, because the more that you can be in that, the more that it can transform you. And again, you know, this is part of Mary Magdalene's teaching. It's like, you know, the shadow, the ego, like the seven powers of the ego, or whatever you want to fucking call it. They're all portals. The portals into more becoming. You know, it's not that there's anything wrong. Something's extremely right. If you're going through an initiation like that, it's like just keep going back into it. And again, for me, you know, like the Galactic Line Calendar and Mary Magdalene are like the two energies that are the most resonant for me, because they're two maps. We've got the map of the emotional body, the pain body, the ego, whatever word you want to put on it. I don't like the word ego. It's so loaded in this like, oh, to have an ego is just like, fuck you, you know. No. But pain body, yeah, like the containment of all of the pain that we and our ancestors have been through, that is a layer of our auric field. Yeah, that's a reality. It's not something that you're like, oh, I'm going to think my way out of that shit. Hell no. Mary Magdalene really brings that map for that. But then we have the Galactic Mind Calendar and the waves of this framework that show us the map of our evolution. You know, it's like, okay, where are we going? What are the themes? Where to lean into now? You know, and when to do whatever, and when to be with whatever. It's like having the maps is so key, particularly because we live in an unconscious collective at the moment. Yeah. So within these 13 days, and obviously within these 13 years that we're in the midpoint of, really we are being asked to come back to who we were before this lifetime, come back to the power that each one of us possesses to command reality, because we fucking do. And this whole framework of like disempowerment, and particular, you know, like there's the war on men, there's the war on women with their bodies, and like, oh, the bodies, the container, the bodies, the everything, you know, it's the magic wand, it's the all of it. And if we are at war with our bodies, oh, it's so difficult to descend into our magic and our potency. We have to end these wars. You know, it's down to us to be like, okay, I can feel that imprint because I've been conditioned to feel that imprint, to not feel my emotions, to run from my emotions, or to be at war with my body, or to get lost in my emotions. And then I'm going to push, and come back into my sovereign state, and allow that to linger until it doesn't need to linger anymore, but it's on the outside of my fucking field, because I'm in my field. I'm a fucking wizard. You know, I hold the mystery in my being. And I'm going to fucking command what happens next for myself and us together for the collective. Mary Magdalene details below. Also, link to come to all of our Wavespell ceremonies that will be on the beginning, the first day of every Wavespell, and join the community. All the links are below. Sending you so much love, so much gratitude for being part of this thing, whatever this thing is. And yeah, enjoy. It's gonna be a good day. It's gonna be a proper